Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Welcome to Bma's Crafty Corner. I am Bma, better known as Els. And we are working on a steampunk journal. And I'm working on a whole bunch of other stuff. So let me get this stuff organized real quick. Gotta get it out of the way. Okay, got those. That goes over there. Okay. Like this. Big. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I liked it. Okay. Skeezers. Ah, what a day. So if you weren't here yesterday, I went to pick up my auction stuff and ended up going on kind of a meandering scavenger along the way. So I left here and I went to pick up my first auction, which is down by my daughter's house. So I called to see if my granddaughter wanted to go because she likes to tag along. And hold on, she needs an apple over here. Here, there you go. Okay. So I went and I picked up the first one, which was a big load of stuff. It was like 10, 11 items. And then I went and met up with her and her mom and one of her brothers at the mall, which is where the second auction house is. And when I got there, I went ahead and scheduled my pickup, but you have to give them 30 minutes. So I didn't do the pickup, right then and there. But that's the one that has all of the $5, $3, and $1 items. So we went in there and looked around and picked up a bunch of stuff. Mostly I got stickers and I put them in an envelope and I send them out when people order from my shop or, sometimes when I do my sale orders, I'll throw them in. And so I did all of that. And then and we hung out for about a half an hour and then found out I'm going to have a DEF CON day because basically my daughter's going out of town and her husband does not deal with the teenagers very well. So rather than her get 15 sorry about that, 15, various phone calls going, he's being a pain in the butt. She's being a brat. I just take the kids when she goes out of town. Makes the world a much better place. So we spent about an hour at the mall together, picking up my stuff and doing some shopping. And then, and of course, my granddaughter, she loved that place. She finds all the weirdest stuff. Last time we were there, she found like 10 pairs of tights. And they were all in one package, so it was like $3 for all of it. So she went and she looked through some stuff and she found some things. And she found some things that she could use for her business. Little giveaways and things. And so we kind of split up there. And I said, all right, I'm going to go down and pick up my third auction order, which was only 2 items. And it's all the way on the other side of town. I don't know how I ended up with those 2 items. I'm glad I got them because they were really cool items. But I don't normally bid in that auction. So I don't know how I ended up getting stuff. But I went over there. Construction, road construction everywhere. But I figured while I'm there, like 3 minutes down the road is the bin store. So I figured, okay, I'm just going to go, over to the Goodwill bins. I went to the Goodwill bins and I found some really cool stuff. So I picked up all of that, tossed it in the car. And I said, you're on this side of town and you need paper towels. You guys know I use these paper towels all the time. And they are from Daiso. And I know there's a Daiso over there. So I said, hello, Google. Oh, Google. And finally it pops up and I'm like, directions to Daiso. I don't understand. Directions to Daiso. I don't understand. Daiso. Oh, pops it right up. Are you kidding me? And what does it give me? It gives me like all the stores. So I pick one hoping it's the right one because it doesn't tell me how many miles away it is or anything else. It just tells me Daiso. And so I pick one, and I'm assuming that it's going to be the one that's closest. And luckily it was. So then I drove back over to that, left there, got back on the freeway. And Vegas has this thing called the 215 that goes about 3/4 of the way around town. There's a direct route that's much faster. But if you're, on the outlying areas, this is the best way. So it's the Beltway. So they haven't finished it yet. I think it's supposed to go like all the way around the outside of Vegas. I'm not sure. Hi, Christine. Hello, Marie. So I get on there and I start to head home. Massive construction. So I get off before I'm supposed to, but I get off and I go down to pick up food for me and Hubber because he's hungry. I know because he sent me text. Viral. Hungry. Food. Need food. Hungry. Need bringing me food. So I went and I stopped and I got food, and there's a Savers right there, and it's my favorite Savers, so I had to go into the Savers. And I found some good stuff. I had a tingle. I had to go in. So I went in and I scaventured a little bit in the Savers, and I found some good stuff, and I got the sandwiches, and I came home. And I got home, and I did what I always do when I get home from the auction. I take those things that are for packing, like shipping bags, if I buy shipping bags or something like that, if I get something like that in the auction, I just walk in and I toss it into my warehouse area. Well, I went out there for something last night. Realized there was like 6 boxes of boxes, like 14 packages of shipping envelopes, bubble wrap, and it was just everywhere. So I was out there for like an hour trying to get all that organized. And then I came back in the house and I'm like, you know what you need to do, dummy? You need to get your sale together. Because now I have stuff that I got from this convention. I have stuff that I picked up at auction. And I have it all sitting out here. And I'm like, I got to get this stuff put together. So I went into my craft room where I have a table where I keep stuff that I'm going to put in the next sale as I, collect it. I got all of that. Brought it in here, went back out to the garage, pulled a couple of boxes of stuff that's sellable, and went through it and decided what was donate, what was sellable, what was donate, what was sellable, what needed to go on the shelf. And because some things go straight to the shop. There's just some stuff that you guys would not be interested in. So I don't even bother. I just put it straight in the shop. And so I'm like, I'm sorting all this stuff out. I'm like, okay, I got it all put away where I want it. I got a huge tub of stuff that I need to bring in to put into sale, plus the sale bins. And I'm like, okay, we're going to get this. And I come in, and Mike comes down the hall. He's like, why didn't you just tell me you needed help? Because you were out in the backyard and I didn't feel like walking all the way through the house to tell you that I needed help to walk all the way back through the house to have you carry one box. Because that's all it was, one box. So I brought it all in, and I sat here last night until 1 o'clock in the morning putting price tags on stuff and getting stuff packaged and organized. And then I went to bed, and I finally got in bed at about 2:30. And I got up at 7:30 this morning. I'm tired. And as soon as we're done, I'm taking a nap. But I can't because, well, the sale, which is going to be on Sunday, by the way. It's going to be on the 8th. I know, it's supposed to be on the 7th. But Hubber is going to, he has Sundays off. So rather than make him take a half day on Saturday, because he needs to save that time for April for DEF CON weekend. So I'm just going to move it to Sunday, which is okay. So we're going to do it 2 o'clock on Sunday. So yes, so I was a very, very busy girl. So now we are working on a steampunk journal. I did make some more ephemera for it. Here, the whole thing's down here. Yes, and I found one of those book things because I got this 12 by 12 paper down here that I use when I'm making, the prototypes. And it's falling all over the place. It won't stay up. All right, so we have bits and pieces. Chunks of paper. We have one section. This is the A signature done. This is B. We still have to work on C. And, excuse me, and what? Paper. Paper, paper, paper. Ooh, paper. I have a lot of paper. I have done the final signature already off camera because, otherwise it's just, wow. All right. Okay, so I think that's enough to get us started. So this is the section we're doing. Yeah, I took the replay down. All right, so if you don't know what we're doing, we're making an album journal. And that is basically, this is a scrapbook album from Heartfelt Creations. I can never remember that name. I know it's felt and heart and something. But Heartfelt Creations, they're no longer in business, but they make these little scrapbooks. They made these little scrapbooks, and they had these like little pages inside of them. And you can buy these little flip things that go with them, to help create. And so I have a bunch of them. I picked them up on a scavenger. And this is one of the pocket things. And so we go through and we use these. And then we put the signatures in between. And so we take a scrapbook album and turn it into a journal. Nice size. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Miss Arlene. All right, so this is the part we are working on. So we have a front page and we've got a journal card, writing space, lots of writing space. This is a page topper, so it's not glued down, so you can tuck stuff under it. Then we have a nice little tab here, just a big, beautiful page to be able to write on. More writing space. This is one of our little envelopes, so you can just tuck stuff under it because it's just held on with a paper clip. We have a pocket with a journal card. You two are going to be a problem, aren't you? No. Okay. And then we have more writing space here. We put a little pocket up here with a little tag just to kind of have it stick out of the top and to sort of be like a tab in the middle kind of thing. Then we have some writing space, and we have some staggered pockets here that we need to finish. See, we haven't done anything on that yet. That's going to need to be finished. Let's put a pin in it so we remember. That's how I remember things. I have these, and I call them my pins, and I put them on things that need to be finished. All right, then we have this. We have this beautiful little journaling page over here. I really like this one. A little tuck here. Some tags. This still needs to be finished. I think we're going to turn it into a tag or a journaling card. I'm not sure. But this flips out. And then we have another tag in the back here. So we'll have to work on that. And then we have a little journaling card here. We need something at the top, which I took care of while I was off. Then we have this tab, and I'm not sure what we're going to do with it, but it perfectly matches this paper. So, hi, Miss Jamie. So we got a lot of stuff to do. I did a lot of work while I was off. And I made a whole bunch of little clusters because we needed them. I have a lot of big ones and side pieces and stuff, but I didn't have any, top end clusters. And I wanted to do so. It's a lefty. It's a lefty. It could be a righty. This is more the size I'm looking for right now. I want something small. Oh, maybe this one. Yep, we're going to do this one. Okay. So if the glue works, I just broke the pin in my glue, so let me grab my pliers here. All right, let's see if we can get this out. All right, and let's get a new one. Come to me. There we go. Okay. Okay. All right, let's see if the glue works without, having to poke the crap out of it. Nope. The glue just likes to be abused, I've decided. Hi, Francis. Christine's nodding off. No. All right. So we have her, and we could put her on here as, a tab. And I'm thinking maybe we will, like right in the center, and then we'll work around it. So we're going to put this like right there. So let's put some glue here. And on this, I don't want to put it too deep on the page. Put something behind it, brain damaged. Okay. Do it like kind of in the center, like more towards the top, but kind of in the center. Okay, let's try to get it straight. Yeah, I know. Spectrum sucks. I will tell you this though. I know that Mike has been talking about there has been an outage because some fiber eating wild bulldozers, backhoes, they munched on the cables on the fiber optic lines. So unfortunately, that means cable will suck for a little bit. All right, so we have her. And now we need something. That's my something right there. Okay. Yeah, that's what happens. There's these free range cable seeking backhoes that eat the line. They do it all the time. And unfortunately, because most lines now are fiber, what they call fiber optic lines, each individual line, and there could be hundreds of them, has to be rewired. So it takes forever. That so looked like it was just hanging out in the middle of the page when I was like this. It's not. It's right in the corner. I'm not going to glue the lace down, though. I'm just going to leave that flappy. It gives you something to do. It's play. You know, it's playful. Interactive. This needs a little washi tape. Still haven't gotten those put away yet. Okay, here we go. Need some washi tape. What washi tape are we putting on here? I don't know. This one. Okay. I'm doing this the easy way. Just gonna put a little line of glue here. And then cover the glue with the washi tape. Boney. You're a good man, Boney. There we go. Okay. Nope. Sometimes it needs more, you know, but this time not so much. They're dangerous. I'm telling you, those free range tractors, dangerous. Now, we have to cover this up because I can't just have this white mess. So let's start by throwing the dauber on the floor. I have to tell you guys, I do the, the closed captioning on the videos. And in order to do that, I actually have to go in. It's part of the post editing. It's why it takes me forever. And I have to listen to the video, the audio on the video, and look at the auto, because I use the automatic system. But I got to tell you, after all the years of doing it, it's not smart. It doesn't learn. So BMA is spelled B-E-I-M-M-A. BMA. Yeah. Dauber is dubber, dubber, just all kinds of weird words. This one's going to be fun to edit. L's could be E-L-S. E apostrophe S. E-L apostrophe S. Else, E-L-S-E. So, yeah. So I have to go in there and I hate listening to my own videos, but I have to go in there and I have to listen to the audio and look at what's written in, and if there's a pause of any kind, like I'm not talking for whatever reason. Oh my God. And singing. If I sing in a video, what a freaking disaster. Now I just said freaking. In the translation, it'll just be asterisk, 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 asterisk. And I have to go in there and put the word back in. So kind of a pain in the butt. All right. So either we're going to cover this with washi tape, paper, or we got to put something that's big enough to cover it. So let's see. Okay, washi tape. Let's start with washi tape. Why? Because we can. We're gonna use some of this, I think. Let's get. The problem with this is that if you get the piece that you want, there's a whole bunch more. Oh, that was good. That whole thing just unwound. Awesome. Well, that'll be good. Okay, let's try that. According to this is literally kind of the same size. I just totally punched that on the wrong side. Son of a beetle humper. It's okay, I have another one. These are all totally different, so I have to find another one that's the right size. We'll do this one. And there. Close enough for hand grenades and horseshoes. Okay, this way. I want it to be on this side. This side. Doesn't have to be perfect, you know? Just close. Close enough for hand grenades and horseshoes. Okay, as long as it doesn't go over, we're good. Perfect. There's like a little teeny bit up there, and I'll just trim that off. Where's my scissors? I will put glue behind this, though. Okay. All right, so let's put some glue behind it. If the glue wants to work. That side. We'll pull this side up. Bring it over. And we'll put glue on this side. Okay. Yeah. It's not our faults. Our daughters need to learn this. We are not being mean or cruel or anything. It's spell check. It's all spell check's fault. I blame it all on Google. All right, that's a mess that I'm going to have to deal with later. I don't want to deal with it now. All right, what are we doing? I don't know. Got to do something. Finish this page and do this page. What are we doing? I don't know. Let's just get the stuff that we're going to use out. You know, the stuff we have done. We have this too. We can use that. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but we can do something with it. Journaling card. Okay. What is this? Oh, little envelopes. Okay. That hasn't come out yet, but we're going to use it any damn way. Those. 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 That. We have that thing too. Okay. So, stuff. I don't know if I want to, I think I'm going to put this on the cover somehow. So let's stick it over there for now so I don't, all right. So now, what are we going to do here? I don't know. But it needs something. Nope, don't like that. I also cut out a bunch of gears. I didn't have any paper that was, you guys know what I mean. I didn't have any paper that was rust, so I had to dye it myself. It's kind of frustrating, but what the hell. Did it anyway. I just took, a bunch of browns and smudged them on a piece of paper and then threw in a little bit of orange. And then I found a green pad that was like mostly dry. And I threw some of that in there. And that was the finished project. So, I think it worked. Okay, so now, leave this. I'm going to put it right there. Okay, glue on everything. Spotty, 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 dotty. I have a glue pen, that does like the really fine, tiny little dots. And I don't know. I never used the damn thing. It's right there. I just never think to grab it. Like, no, I have my point. I'm good. I'm good. All right. So some gears. A mystery happened and the item was specific. Absolutely had to be someone in this group. I did not. I am not to blame. If I had to point fingers, I would point two. A screaming lunatic and a hot rod mama. That's all I'm going to say. If I had to point fingers. So that would be the way I'd go. It's not me. What was it, though, by curiosity? I'm eating apples. It's to irritate the dog. She thinks they're hers. And they sort of are. Oh, no, I already told you that wasn't me. That was not me. I did not do that. Not guilty. For once in my life, I'm not guilty of something. It's fine, Gypsy. Everybody's got issues right now. All right, guys, we have this, and I want to add this and incorporate this in because it's cute. It's a little file folder, and I want to put some, we did that file folder a while ago, where it had writing space on the inside, and I want to do that. So I want to decorate this and put it in here someplace. I just don't know where. Like, it's got to go in a pocket, I think, or like a tuck or something, like under something, like, tuck. Okay, so let's do that. What are we going to do? All right, so we've already done an over the top tuck on this one, I think, in black. I think so. Yeah, see, we did that there. We could just incorporate this. Let's just decorate it and we'll incorporate it. So let's put it there for now and let's move on. All right, what's next? So this is coming out. This will be out in a few weeks. This is a triple pocket wallet. And it's actually supposed to be glued in, guys. So you have to watch the video to see how it works. But we're going to be using it in this journal, probably in the next, I don't know. What are we going to do here? All right. So we have stuff on the page. So we have just a little bit of space here and a little bit of space here. So we have to figure out what we're going to do. Now we could. When's the last time we used one of these? Right there. Oh, crap. Probably couldn't do that then. And right there. So if we do this one, yeah, it's the right color, but not going to work. Let me see if I might have one that we can use. No. What the hell is that? I don't know. These are all too light. I thought that one might work, but no. It's brown, but it's no. And then, of course, there are these that we could put in there. But then we lose the writing space. I want to put this over here, I think. So I think we're going to use this one and put it over here. And we'll do it as a flip. And that way you'll still have writing space, okay? See, none of these work because of that coloring. So let me see what I got that we can work with here. Receipt stuck on my foot. Hold on. Fell out of the trash can. All right, let's see. That's not it either. I'm cutting this. I don't like the corner pocket because it's too damn big. So let's cut this puppy down. Yeah, that's the one we're using right there. And then that one we can save for something else. Put this away. Okay. Put that away. Okay. It is Carla. See? Wasn't me, booger. Thank you for my Happy Mail, honey. I got Happy Mail. If you were here last night, you know that, but I'll show you guys. Hold on. Let me get this down. Because I got glue on it, you know. Get it in there. Probably should have inked it first, yes. But, you know, I'm a dork. So, we'll do the inking trick. There we go. Inked. So, yesterday I get this envelope from Carla, and I was like, And I open it up, and this is what's inside. It's a giant pack of return address labels. She says, usually get these thrown away when we scan the mail. Thought you might want to use them. Have fun, Carla. Y'all know how much I love my envelopes, you know? And there are some really great ones in here. There are some, look at that, no writing on it whatsoever. It's just plain with a window. And then there's some in here that are really cool. I saw, look at that, purple. They're purple. Purple. It looks blue, but it's purple. And then there's all kinds of different designs on the inside, checkerboards and all kinds of, you know, things. And even some that say Gov. So, you know what that means, right? More recycled envelope projects. I like the purple ones. They're cool. I have to call FedEx. Hey, could you send me some return envelopes, please? Why? Just because. All right, so we're going to make this a flip. So that means that we have to cut a thingy. And so we're going to need a piece of cardstock. Not quite this big. All right, so this is 4 inches. So that means we need a piece that is 4 inches. Now I'm going to do this one with tape because I had this question recently. Okay. Like, how do you get a gusset straight? So let's do it. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to score your gusset. Okay. And a flip is just a gusset, but it's only on one side. If I put it on 3 sides, it would be a flip. It would be a gusset. So, and then you're going to score this down the middle. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. You could fold it by hand. The side that you go and you score on is a valley. The other side where it pops out is the hill. You always want to fold into your hill away from your valley. So this is the top, fold it back. This is important when you have cardstock that has color on it. If I want this color to be on the outside, I need to score it on the back so that, you know, you guys get it. All right, so there's my half. You'll see it's not quite half. It's got a little wiggle to it. Okay, but that's the first part. This part, if you're using it for a flip, really should be as straight as possible. If it's just a gusset, it's no big deal. And then with the folded part towards you, you're going to snip off the edges, just the ends. And so you should have a piece at the end that looks like this. You know, it's got little points at the end. That's what we want. Okay. So how do you get it straight? Well, decide which side it goes on. And for me, it's going to be this side. This side. Okay. So I'm going to get some tape, and I'm going to use red line so everybody can see. Where's my red line? There it is. Okay. Now, since nothing actually touches this, you can use tape. So I'm going to put some tape on here. I'm going to cut that off. Now, while I'm at it, I'm going to put some tape on the other side too, because I can. And you'll see I'm putting it, I'll show you. I'm going to put it right at the outside edge. Okay. Okay. So that it goes down the middle. That's on the outside, on the folded side. Hi, Miss Maury. Then, to make this release easier, you can just run your nails down it or use your bone folder, whatever. Okay. Now, this is going to go on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little flap. Here's my pokey tool. I'm going to pull up the tape right here. And I'm going to make a little flap that comes to the outside. Okay. Now, with the paper tape, that's easier to do, but I'm using the baloney tape. So then I'm going to put glue on the inside. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, hold my flap, because I don't want it to fall under. And I'm going to put this part down first. Bottom. And what I want to do is I want to line up the edge. Sorry about my head if I get in your way, guys. Right there. And then I'm going to hold that very straight and then push it down. Okay. Then pull out this. Now it's attached and it's straight. Oh, that's cool. I like that idea. Okay, now I have to put this on my piece. So let's bring that over. So this is going to go, well, we put that on the wrong damn side, didn't we? We sure did. So it's going to go on this side. Again, I'm just going to put some glue there and pull my flap up. I'm going to line this up at the bottom. Where I want it. Now, when I press down, that tape's going to adhere. Pull this out and press it the rest of the way. Wah. Okay. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Doop, doop, doop. Now we just need to cover that. So use your tape to your advantage. That's the message here. All right. So now we're going to put something here. What are we going to put? I don't know. You know, we could just put this pocket right there and make it a tuck for a journal card. Like this. Journal card, a little flippy and a journal card. And then put some little tuck stuff in here. I don't have little tuck stuff, but we'll find some. I can find some. I can get some. I have it. I just haven't cut it out yet. Okay. And then we need something here. What are we going to put there? I don't know. Where's that other card? Here's one. Let's do that one there. And this one here. Like that. And then let's do this. So again, I can tape this one if I want to. I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to be lazy. Sure. Why? Because I can. Is there tape in this one? Yes. Okay. I was like, I don't think there's any tape left in this one. Yes, there is. Get on with your sad self, fat lady. Should have mitered these, but I didn't. It's okay. I'll do it now. You got the cutest little baby face. All right, so we're putting it there. Inking this. No, I forgot to ink that again. Shush. What did we do? We did 15 pages last week, I think, on Wednesday. We just cooked right through this. It was ridiculous. All right, so that fits in there. We'll put a piece of paper here. Something cool. It's going to be 3 3/4 inches tall. I like this. That's the part we're cutting out. Turning it around. Why? Because the thing's 4 inches tall, so we want something that's 3 3/4 inches. All right, let's get rid of these. And then what's the width? Anybody know? Does anybody know what the widths are of these things? I don't. 3. So 2. It's 3 1/8. So let's go 2 7/8 and see where that gets us. 2 7/8. That is 1 click before the 3. Let's see. Perfect. Okay, get rid of that. Get rid of this. Play Inky Dinky Doo. I'm probably going to have to put some ink on the dauber at this point. I've been playing Inky Dinky Doo for a while now. Okay. We don't even want to know what Inky Dinky Doo is going to come out like on the closed captioning. It's going to be silly. We all have the mind of a 12-year-old boy. It's what we do now, you know? It's our world now. By the way, I went out yesterday. I'm not going out again for the rest of the month. I peopled. And in the midst of all that running around, I did 2 things. One, I went to the casino. I'm not a big gambler. I'm a lucky gambler, but I'm not a big gambler. But after my mom passed away, I did Mike was parking the car, and I was in the hotel waiting for him because we were going to go to the restaurant, the buffet. And so I went and we're putting that in there. So I was waiting inside, and I had like $5 in my pocket. I always play $5. That's my limit. $5 when I go in the casino. Even if I'm going in to play bingo, I pay $5 on the penny slots, and that's it. So yesterday, in and amongst everything, I lost the freaking lid to this. There it is. 2 other things. One, and this is probably why subconsciously I ordered something from the auction that was down on the strip, off the strip. And that is because yesterday was the 13th anniversary of my mother passing. And don't say anything, because, don't say anything. I know you guys. But please don't, okay? So that's one of the things my daughter and I do when we get together. So I had gone in, and I was waiting for Mike to park the car because there was no handicap parking, and it was raining or something. So he parked the car, and then he came inside, and people across the hall are leaving their apartment, and the description was someone is exiting the elevator. We don't have an elevator. That sucks. So I was waiting, and I had $5, and there happened to be a Keno machine right there. It wasn't a penny machine. It wasn't a nickel machine. Keno, I play nickels. It was a quarter machine. And I put in the $5 that I had while I was waiting for him. And I was like, well, what number should I play? Well, let me play her birth date, 7/4/46. My mom was born on the 4th of July. And the day she died, which was 3/3/13. So 3 and 13. And I think I was playing 50 cents a shot. I won like $1, $1.50, something like that. And then when I got down to my last 50 cents, I hit the button and I won like $300 and some dollars, $400 and some dollars. I don't remember. It was a huge amount of money. I have it on my phone someplace. But so every year I go into a casino and I find a quarter Keno machine. And I play 50 cents a toss and I put $5 in and I just play those 5 numbers. 7, 3, 7, 3, 4, 7, 13, and 46. And it's important that I put them in 7, 4, 4, 6, 3, 13. We do it every year. And then, so after we did that, then I go down to the hospice where she passed away. And my mother was Catholic. Not a great Catholic. She was gay, but Catholic nonetheless. She did catechism, confirmation, all that stuff when she was a kid. Her dad is Irish. There's nothing more Catholic than an Irish Roman Catholic. My mother got married in New York City at St. Paul's. Big wedding. But I went ahead and I go over there to the hospice where she passed. And I light a candle every year for her because she's Catholic, you know. Well, I mean, she was Catholic. Now she's extra crispy. Yeah, here, Carly, you can sit down and you can go in the cafe, you know, the little like coffee shop cafe thing. You can go in there and have lunch, or you can go into the buffet if they have a buffet. You can go in there and have lunch or dinner or breakfast or whatever meal you want to have. And they come around and they go, Keno, Keno, Keno. And they have Keno cards and pen and crayons right there. And the girl will take it. And in most casinos, she'll just and give you a receipt for it. And it shows all your numbers. And then you can go, or you can go up. You can have her take it to the desk and actually bring you back the card. If it's more than one game, she goes and does that. But they go and they turn them in and then they bring them back to you. And so you can, and they have Keno boards everywhere. So you can sit there and go, nope, 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 nope. I got 4. Playing 9, I need to get 5. I didn't win that one. You're the black sheep. All right. We need some like little tags and stuff for this. So I'm going to put a pin in it because we're going to have to come back to those because I haven't cut them out yet. So now what are we going to do here? I think here should just be something very small and simple. Very simple. Where's my simple? Here we go. Vintage voltage. That'll be our simple. There it is. Yeah, my grandmother was Hungarian Romany. Yeah, her people were Roma gypsies. And my grandfather was Irish travelers, to be specific. And somehow my mother didn't understand how I ended up pagan. Made no sense to her, but she respected my wishes. Okay, what are we going to do on the rest of this page? I don't know. I think I'm leaving it kind of just the way it is. I want to put a little bit of like, you know, lace or something on here, or trim or washi tape or something. I don't know. Maybe some lace. Let me see. Let's see if we want to do that. Oh God, yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Let me cut this. I'm just using this one specific lace. It's vintage. Now, once I put this on here, it's going to take a while, so we'll not be moving very quickly after this. My 3-in-1 has developed a problem. It does not like me. So, minimum amount of glue possible. Because we don't want, we want it to dry in a reasonable amount of time. Because if it doesn't, when we do that, it'll glue to this page. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I remember as a kid, we would go over to my Uncle Bill. He married a gypsy woman. And I remember going over there as a kid, and we would get there. And these were my grandmother's people, because it was a family that my grandmother grown up with, And we would go over there, and my grandmother would look at my mother, and she goes, "Zip your purse up and keep your hands on it." And then here, there's a big Romany population here in Vegas, believe it or not. And they are some skilled pickpockets. Like, boom, hit and run, and they'll have everything. And you don't even know you were touched. And I have to laugh my butt off because they used to come in. My ex-husband used to manage restaurants, and one of the restaurants he managed was a Chuck E. Cheese just down the street from me here. And the Romanis would come in, and when they leave, the little, the salt and pepper shakers that the pepper shaker's black and the salt is white, and they pull the little paper off the top and they're already filled. Those would be gone. The napkin dispensers would disappear, just dumb stuff. But it was almost like they couldn't help themselves. They're the nicest people to live next to. But if you don't know them personally, oh my God. Oh my God. There was one, my ex-husband was in the store, and and something happened. They were complaining about one of the games or something. And my ex-husband went over and he went to put credits on the machine for the kid. I don't know, I think it ate his quarter or, his token or whatever. And so my ex-husband's policy was just to open it up and go and hit it 4 or 5 times and let him play the game. Especially if it was a non-ticket game. And I happened to be there that night, and I was talking to him when she came up and complained. So I followed with them to go and fix the machine. And she went to hug him, and I stepped forward. And I told her to back off in Hungarian. And she looked at me. They never came back into that restaurant again. Never again did he ever see the gypsies in there. Because now they knew. And they didn't come in. Your mom, grandma, and mama were witches. Your sister's a priestess, and they don't respect your choice to be otherwise. You know what, Arlene? It's your choice. Okay, let me throw this at you. Next time they give you a hard time about it, just look at them and go, you know what? I practice my spirituality in my own way. I don't know what your problem is with my pantheon. I have the Father, I have the Son, I have the Holy Ghost. There's a bunch of saints in there. Mary. I don't get it. Whether you're Catholic or not, you can pull those. And that is because the Catholic Church, Catholicism, which is the base of Christianity, would go into pagan communities and go, oh, you worship Bridget? Well, Bridget is actually a saint in our church. So Christianity, Catholicism, kind of a blend. Just tell them that you have your own pantheon.
Be prepared to explain what a pantheon is.
And just be prepared to explain what a pantheon is. It's a collection of gods, period.
Just saying, some people are not accepting that.
Well, no, her mother, her grandmother, her aunt, they're all pagan. They know what a pantheon is.
Well, they should, yeah, in theory.
Everybody says hi, Hubbard.
Good morning, people. How is everyone?
Okay, this is dry.
Fantastic, I hope.
Oh, wait, Carla said, Hubbers!
Carla!
I get bugged tomorrow. I do. All right, we're putting this in. No, we're going to do it right here on the bottom. Look at and it's cute. Yes, we're putting it down there. Who's on we were playing Wizard the other night. We were in a very long fight. We got our asses handed to us. So while we were waiting for the other 4 guys to take their 3 turns each to kick our butts, I was making stuff. Yes, Thursday is bug day. He'll be here tomorrow. I love my buggy. I love my buggy. I love my Shay Shay. I love my Lily. I love my Duder. I love them all. Little shits. All right. Oh, we put it away. I was going to say this would be a cool page to put, but we only have it so far. The only place we put it was, I think, on this one. Somewhere. There. See? So I kind of wanted to, but no, I'm not going to do it. Yes, I'm going to do it. Okay.
You know, I made a cup of tea last night.
Left it there?
Left it there the whole night.
That's going to be gross.
Nah, just heat it up and go.
Oh my God, you're disgusting. Don't do that.
Don't
Seriously.
Don't
be
want to
nasty.
waste the tea.
Oh my God. Throw it away. I pulled these all out yesterday and now they're all out of order. And so I don't know which one is which. I gotta get them back in order. This one comes down here. This one. That one. That one. That one. This one. And then this one is that one. Okay. Now they're back in order. I should number them. Patty Ann was in here last night. I did a very quick video on the haul that I did yesterday, the scavenger and the auction stuff. And Patty Ann was in here. Oh, that's yeah. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Officially old or just getting the best drugs of your life? I'm going to go with the best drugs of my life. All right. We're going to put a little bit of glue up here because we're going to put this piece of washi tape down. So Patty Ann is here last night in the chat, and somehow washi tape came up. I don't know what we were talking about. We were talking about washi tape. And she has like 12 or 15 rolls of washi tape. She really only likes like 2 of them. And I was like, deprived. And I pulled them all out. We figured it out. There's an average of 20 rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I think we counted like I counted like 3 or 4 rows. And I think the average was, I think it was 20. And then 28 rows. And we figured it's 560 rolls of washi tape just in those containers, not including what's on my desk and what's in the holiday bin and the collections that are in the other room. And she was like, oh my God, like, where have you been? You know what? I call Alex Shaley all the time. They look exactly alike at those ages. And yeah. So yeah. All right. Last page of signature B. What should we do? What should we do? I think we should do something small. How about you? Something tiny. Something not too large at all. I'm going to do this one. Gilded Gadgets. It's a medium-sized piece. And I did do some leafing on some of these. Like this one. I did a little leafing on it. There you go. You guys can see it. I was in a mood. I'm telling you, I was getting my ass handed to me. By the way, this is on the floor. I just found it. Let's put it on something. What is it? It's a tiny little key. Where should we put it? I don't think we're going to put it there. No. Here, I'm going to put it there. All right, we're back to that. Got to let the glue dry thing. Putting it right there. Making sure I get glue all over it. There we go. Okay. We'll let it dry. Okay. So, what are we doing? Challenge number 5. Let's talk about that real quick. Challenge number 5 is to make a pocket, any kind of pocket. It could be this kind of a pocket like you put in a journal. It could be a stuffed pocket. It could just be a free, like this kind of a pocket that's just like freestanding pocket. Some kind of a pocket, but it must include ribbon. Now, does this have to be fabric ribbon? No, it could be a ribbon stamp or a sticker if that's what you have, okay? Whatever kind of ribbon you want. But that is challenge number 5 for our Projects 26 challenge. As soon as we're done here, I have some updating to do in the YouTube group, in the Facebook group and the YouTube community. So I'm going to get those done. And finish the back end editing. I did finish the editing. I just have to get them listed. What else? Yes, rickrack will count as ribbon. It is, in fact, ribbon. I have received a few. This one here, a whodunit mystery, like that. Cowboys, horses, and trains. I have a couple of others that are out in the mailbox. I just haven't gotten them yet. But you have until we moved it to the 28th of this month, so you still have 24 days to get that in. Make sure that you send those in to me, 1 per envelope, please. And then I'm going to number them as they come in. And when we're done with this, we'll pick one of those and I can start gathering the stuff to do it. And then we'll do another quick journal while I'm gathering that stuff, so that I have time to get it together. And because it takes a little bit to get all the stuff that we need. So we want to get all that together. So you have until the 28th to send those in. If you a day late, it's okay. We all a day late and a dime short. You know what I mean? We're still waiting for that to dry. Okay. So I'm just going to move this over here because we need the calendar. Okay. So the sale is on Sunday. Okay. At 2:00 my time. That's 3, 4, and 5 across the country. Saturday night, I may not be here for mixed media, so I will post that update as I get to it, because I may be going with my daughter to make up for bingo that we didn't do last month. What do we got? So I had an embossing tape video today. Kind of fun. I think I'm going to be doing, if I can figure out how to package it, I think I'm going to be actually selling some of the embossing tape. You know, that tape that I embossed with, because buying a roll of it is very expensive and there's a whole lot of it. So it's one of those things that I think we should divide up. Look, my grandparents had 4 children. My mother, my Uncle Bobby, my Uncle Dick, all redheaded, blue or hazel eyes. My mother's got brown as she got older. But my Uncle Bill looked like a Puerto Rican. He was Black Irish. My grandfather never even bat an eye. And my grandfather was big red. He big, huge Irishman with burning red hair. But just the combination. of him and my grandmother. Brought out the Black Irish. Okay. So what else? So I may not be here for Mixed Media on Saturday. We got a fabric tag video coming up on Monday. Craft with me this week is going to be, I'm working on some prototypes for some projects. So I'm thinking things through, trying to get measurements and stuff. So we're going to just kind of hang out and do that. Friday Night Nuts. I don't know if I have a co-host this week or not, but we'll figure it out. Look for the announcement for that. I am posting videos into April. So we have that going on. Also, remember the last Sunday in April, I won't be here, so we're going to do the. I don't think I'll be here. Hold on. Yeah, I won't be here. So. I'll be officiating a wedding. So the last Sunday of that month is going to be the 24th. So that's just a heads up. I think that's everything. If I forget stuff, just yell at me, okay? Yeah, super unicorn. And he was covered in freckles, and that's why he looked like Puerto Rican. Because in the summertime, the freckles would swell, and he would get that really, like, glazed olive skin. It was kind of fun to watch, actually. My mother, of course, she was out in the sun for 5 minutes, and she was a lobster. Lobster. All right, that is dry. So we can officially call this one done, except for the, the arts. So we're going to put it up here. Oh, tomorrow we're going to start a brand new signature. Yeah, brand new signature tomorrow, see? And that'll take us about maybe 2.5 weeks. I think I have enough ephemera left to do it. I may need to make some more. Who knows? I'm going to put this in here, but I'm putting it at the front. That's why I put that in there, so that this would all be at the front. There we go. Okay. Okay. This goes over here. That goes over there. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with this now. We'll just get it wrapped back up here. And put a rubber band or something on it. So, I think that's everything, guys. I am going to be getting stuff done today, getting the sale ready to go. I have some Etsy orders to pull, so we're going to get those published, get those posted. And I'll be updating all the lists for Projects of 26 Challenge and also video lists. So yes, I know that it's dangerous for me to do, anything that shows projects prior to them actually being posted, because then they show up elsewhere. But if I don't put in the measurements and stuff and I skip some of the parts, maybe that's not going to happen this time. So that's it, guys. That's all I have for you. I am going to get all of my stuff done. Oh, by the way, There's going to be that giant bag of goodies in this month's sale. There are greeting cards in here. There's a calendar in here. There's a box in here. There's ornaments in here. There are pockets of plenty in here. There's document stuff in here. There's all different other kinds of pockets. There's 2 or 3 folios, I think, in here. Maybe 4 folios. There's a tag book, all kinds of stuff. Pencil holders, everything. Pen and pencil holders. So this one's going to be in, and it'll be the auction item. Only one auction item, and it'll be this one. But it's a heavy one, and we'll weigh it and all that good stuff and see where we're at. But it's big. Okay. That's it, guys. That's all I have for you. I am going to put all of this stuff as away as I can. And I'm going to get hopping on getting the sale put together, because right now it's in 4 different tubs and in a wheelie cart. And yeah, I'm a mess right now. So we're going to try and get all of that cleared up and cleaned up and hopefully be ready by Sunday. Hopefully I'm going to actually be ready fast enough to send out the pre-link to my Patreons so that they can see what's going to be in the sale. Remember, if you are a Patreon and you want to, and you're not sure what something is, because I just have like a very vague description stamp, guys, just go, hey, what is number blah, 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 and I will send you a picture of it, okay? I'm going to make this easy on myself. I'm going to put a big old clamp on the paper before I put it back in the bag so that I can just pull the clamp out, right? That makes sense, doesn't it? Ooh, I got the bookend. I got the thing. I can put this together. All right. So if you're new here and you haven't done so already, hit the button for me and subscribe. Why not, right? I'm going to insult you at some point. You want to be here. You want to be able to complain about it. We all know this. Yeah, go ahead and hit that button. If you'd like to cyber stalk me, go down to the description box. Click on the more. It's going to give you all my socials. You can find everything you need to know down there. Until I see you again, stay warm or cool, depending upon where you are in the country right now. Stay hydrated always. And stay well, my friends. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye! Bye-bye!